History has been written, and it carries the name Marquez. For the first time in 77 years of MotoGP history, two brothers have conquered the championship together. The Marquez brothers, Marc and Alex, now officially rule the 2025 MotoGP season. Just weeks after Marc Marquez clinched his historic world title at the Japanese Grand Prix, his younger brother Alex Marquez sealed second place in the championship with an incredible performance at the Malaysian Sprint Race in Sepang, Saturday, October 25, 2025. Even though Alex didn't win the race, finishing second behind Ducati's Francesco Bagnaia, his result was enough to mathematically secure the runner-up spot for the 2025 season. It wasn't an easy race for Alex. Battling 35-degree heat and fierce pressure from KTM's young prodigy Pedro Acosta, Alex briefly lost his position mid-race. Yet, with calm precision and trademark Marquez grit, he reclaimed second place with a daring move in the final laps and held firm until the checkered flag. His 9 points from the sprint brought his total to 388, an unassailable gap over Bagnaia's 286. With only 3 rounds left and a maximum of 99 points still available, Alex cannot be caught, no matter what happens next. That means the 2025 MotoGP season is now officially owned by one family, the Marquezes. Marc, the older brother, claimed the world title at Motegi, but has since been sidelined due to a broken collarbone from a high-speed crash during the Indonesian Grand Prix. Even while injured, his shadow looms large over the paddock, a symbol of resilience and dominance. And now, Alex has carried that same fire to ensure the Marquez legacy remains untouchable. From a technical standpoint, Alex's rise this year has been nothing short of remarkable. Riding for Gresini Racing Ducati, he has found the perfect balance between precision and aggression. Unlike Marc's ultra-violent front-end pushing style, Alex rides with a measured rhythm, smoother but still fearless when it matters most. His control under braking, especially through Sepang's long corners and heavy braking zones like turns 9 and 14, has become a masterclass in adaptation. Ducati engineers revealed that Alex's telemetry data shows an almost perfect throttle-to-brake transition, allowing him to maintain corner speed without sacrificing tire life. That ability to combine finesse with confidence has been the key behind his consistent podiums all season. This historic 1-2 finish in the championship also highlights Ducati's continued dominance. Despite Marc's absence in the final races, the Red Machines remain untouchable, a reflection of how perfectly the Marquez brothers have merged human talent with Italian engineering. Team manager Nadia Padovani of Gresini Racing expressed deep pride. This is not just a victory for Ducati or Gresini, it's a moment for the sport itself. The Marquez brothers have shown what true family spirit and determination can achieve. We are witnessing history. Indeed, history has a new face, or rather, 2 faces. The Marquez Dynasty has done what no family in MotoGP has ever done before. Back in the paddock, Alex dedicated his achievement to his older brother. Marc has always been my reference, my teacher, and my biggest rival, he said emotionally. To stand beside him as world champion and runner-up, it's something beyond a dream. This moment will be remembered not just for the records, but for what it represents. 2 brothers who started from the same small town of Cervera, now standing on top of the world. The 2025 MotoGP season belongs entirely to the Marquez bloodline. Passion, pain, and perfection all rolled into one unforgettable story. Under the blazing Sepang sun, the Marquez name is forever written in gold. When someone like Paul Espargaro, a former MotoGP rider and one-time teammate of Marc Marquez at Honda, admits that no one can reach the limits of the Spanish superstar, you know it's not just admiration. It's a statement about the very boundaries of human capability in motorcycle racing. Paul, who once shared the same garage as Marquez, knows firsthand how the 8-time world champion operates, both physically and mentally. Speaking about Marc's debut season with Ducati in 2025, Espargaro didn't hold back in expressing just how far beyond normal comprehension Marquez's riding truly is. Marc doesn't just ride on the edge, he lives there. When you see a limit, Marc has already reached it, gone past it, and found a way to use it. According to Paul, this is what separates Marquez from the rest of the MotoGP grid. Most riders understand their bike's limits, the traction, the front-end feel, the braking threshold. But when those limits become visible, they back off. They respect the boundary, knowing that pushing further could end with a crash in the gravel. Marc doesn't stop. He redefines the limit every single lap. That's something no amount of training can replicate. Marc Marquez's ability to manipulate the motorcycle at the very edge of control is something that has fascinated riders and engineers for years. Espargaro recalls how, even at Honda, Marquez would do things that seemed physically impossible, saving front-end slides that should have resulted in a crash, leaning the bike at angles that defy physics, and braking so late it forced others to question the limits of human reflex. When a normal rider feels the front tire slipping, they pick up the bike to save it. Marc, he pushes harder. He somehow makes the bike recover. It's like he speaks a language that only the motorcycle understands. That language, the ability to feel the machine, is what Espargaro believes makes Marquez almost alien in his talent. It's not just about courage or aggression, but a sixth sense that allows him to dance on the knife's edge between control and catastrophe. Now that Marquez rides for Ducati, a machine already regarded as the most powerful and balanced on the grid, that unique ability has found its perfect partner. In Espargaro's words, the marriage between Marc and Ducati is a dangerous harmony. With Honda, Marc was fighting against the bike. With Ducati, he's finally found a machine that responds to him. That's why he's unstoppable this season. He doesn't just ride the Ducati, he becomes one with it. For Ducati, Marquez's influence has been massive. Engineers have described his feedback as hyper-detailed, while other riders in the paddock admit that his style has pushed them to rethink what's possible on two wheels. It's not just skill, it's adaptation. Marc doesn't impose his will on the bike, he interprets it, molds his style around it, and turns the limitations into new strengths. Espargaro also emphasized that Marquez's advantage is not purely technical, it's psychological. He's fearless. Every crash, every injury, every comeback, it only makes him stronger. He treats pain like data. He learns from it. Indeed, few riders in MotoGP history have shown the mental fortitude of Marc Marquez. After multiple surgeries and injuries that could have ended his career, he returned not just competitive, but dominant once again. It's not human, Espargaro admitted. You can train your body endlessly, but you can't train your brain to think like Marc's does when he's on the bike. Espargaro's final words were simple, but heavy with respect. You will never surpass Marc's limit, no matter how hard you train, because Marc's limit is not physical. It's something deeper. He doesn't just race, he feels every part of what he rides. It's a statement that defines Marquez's legacy. A rider who doesn't just find the limit of a motorcycle, but lives beyond it. As long as he keeps pushing that invisible boundary, MotoGP may never see another rider quite like him.
Phillip Island, Australia. The red garage of Ducati looks strangely quiet this weekend because for the first time this season, the familiar energy of Marc Marquez is missing. The 8-time world champion is still recovering from a serious shoulder blade fracture, an injury that has shaken both his fans and the Ducati camp. After a terrifying crash during the MotoGP Mandalika 2025, Marquez underwent surgery on his right scapula or shoulder blade on Monday, October 13. The operation was successful, but the road to recovery will not be quick. Doctors have advised a full rehabilitation period that could stretch up to 16 weeks, meaning his return this season remains uncertain. Ducati has now confirmed that Marquez will miss both the Australian and Malaysian Grand Prix, two races that come just 1 week apart. While fans were hoping for a miracle comeback, Ducati has chosen compassion over pressure. "There is no need to rush," said Davide Tardosi, Ducati Lenovo team manager. "We want Marc back only when he's 100% fit. We'll wait as long as it takes." Those words carry a deep emotional weight. It's not just about missing a rider, it's about losing the heartbeat of a team. Marquez's presence inside the Ducati box has transformed the squad since his arrival. His feedback, determination, and data on the Desmos Adichie GP25 have often been the key reference for other riders, including Francesco Bagnaia. Without him, Ducati looks less certain, less complete. Yet Tardosi insists that the team will not sacrifice Marquez's health for short-term gains. "We'll see in a few weeks after his next medical checkup," Tardosi explained. "Our hope is to have Marc back in Valencia for the final race of the season, but if he's not ready, we'll wait. His physical recovery matters more than anything else." Behind those statements lies a painful truth. Marquez's injury could effectively end his 2025 season. Spanish sports doctor Pedro Luis Ripoll shared his medical perspective earlier this week, predicting that the injury might require up to 4 months of rest before the rider can return to full strength. "A scapula fracture is delicate," Ripoll said. "It involves both bone and muscular recovery. For a MotoGP rider, that means months of careful rehabilitation." For Ducati, it's a bittersweet moment. The team had finally built its dream lineup, the combination of Marc Marquez and Francesco Bagnaia, two world champions united in red. Their chemistry brought Ducati its golden era, dominating most of the 2025 season. But fate, once again, has tested Marquez's resilience. Fans who have followed his career know this feeling all too well. Marquez has fought through countless injuries before, broken arms, dislocations, surgeries, yet he always came back stronger. His story is one of pain and perseverance. Now, as the paddock moves on to Australia and Malaysia without him, everyone wonders, will the baby alien rise again in Valencia? Whether he returns this season or not, one thing is certain. Marc Marquez's spirit continues to drive Ducati forward. His determination has already changed the team's culture, and even in recovery, his influence remains powerful. As Tardosi summarized it emotionally, Marc doesn't need to prove anything anymore. What matters now is that he heals completely. When he's back, he'll be stronger, like he always is. For now, the red seat waits, empty but full of hope, for the return of its fearless warrior.